What's up, everybody? Another wonderful Monday night at Chewin the BBQ Fat. I have missed y'all. It's been a long time. I feel like it's been ages. We took a week off. I know it's crazy. It happens every once in a while. But here we are. It's going to be a great night. As you can see, I have some of my best friends in barbecue on tonight, and I am thrilled to death to have this conversation. We got Robert and Lex with Smoke Me Silly. Y'all can say hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey. And then we got my man Bill with Triple H.
How we doing?
Great. How hot was it up there today, Bill?
I seen about 97 on the truck when I was in it earlier, but it sure felt hotter than that.
Man, Illinois. I'm glad to see both of y'all made it back safely from Arkansas, correct?
Yep.
Man, that's awesome. What's up, Jordan? How you doing? Brent, how you doing? Good. Hey, these guys don't know it, but they're going to answer every question y'all ask tonight. So be ready, come prepared, ask questions. And Robert's already told me he's planning on spilling the beans tonight.
What?
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
That is why Lex is on.
Yes, exactly.
That I don't get anything out of him tonight. Correct, Lex?
Yeah, so when he starts talking and go la 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 la, so no one can hear him.
Awesome. Oh man, Wes Garrett, look at that.
There we go.
Oh, I love it. Welcome, champ, and the field fillers. Oh, okay. I hear you. Wes. Can you believe that? Wes Garrett.
Wes kicked my butt this past weekend, so.
Yep. Everybody kicked our butt this past weekend.
Yes.
What'd y'all end up in 10th?
Oh, yeah. We can only wish.
No.
Our worst finish all year, 14th.
Not direct for worst finished all year, 14th. Hey, everybody has a down day. It happens.
I wish my worst finish was 14th.
Yeah, me too. Heck, if I get a 14th, I'm thrilled. But anyway, hey, like the page, share the page. Let's get this out to as many people as possible because, like I said, tonight is the night that Robert gives away all his secrets again. And it's going to happen. No, Wes just hit the nail on the head. I feel like these are two of the hottest teams in barbecue right now. Two guys that are just absolutely killing it in the barbecue trail, and they have got everybody worried. And, they're also two of my best friends. So I wanted to have them come out and talk about it. So it's going to be a great show tonight. But first things first, yes, we have an agenda. It's got one question on it, but we do have an agenda for tonight. And the question that was brought to me today was how much syrup, maple syrup, is too much syrup for pork? And I have my thinking on that. And I know Robert has his, but let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Bill, what do you think the answer is as to how much syrup is too much syrup for pork?
I don't know. I've seen people use an awful lot and get away with it. We use a fair amount, so I'm not sure what the too much is. So I haven't found it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you. What do you think, Robert and Lex? Because Robert's got he has an answer for this one.
I have a couple stories here associated with the syrup thing. So in Cumming, Georgia last year, we didn't compete because we had just got back. Did we just get back from?
Y'all were
from Oklahoma.
You might have gone to see your son. I don't remember. Y'all went, or maybe it was Oklahoma.
We just came back.
Yeah, it
from
was
the
Oklahoma.
KCBS thing in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And Lex said, we're done for the year. So we decided to just go hang out and visit. And we did. And I had the pleasure of going over and trying some of Brian Jarvis's pork. He let me try some of the chunks that were in the middle, or what I can't remember where they were. I think they were some kind of
bacon.
Pulled bacon. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, man, syrup is all I could taste. And I'll be damned. I think he got first in pork there.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
And I just tell him all the time, okay, you did it. And He did well in pork. What did you get in this year in sipping swine?
I don't remember what I got, but I did win my
Got it all
table at
again.
St.
The
Friday.
syrup struck again. So
And then the Pussyq, we cooked
Yeah.
Pussyq together.
and you got yeah.
First
and
in
you-
pork.
yeah,
Yep.
First in pork.
There's my pork with my syrup, maple
That's
syrup.
right. So the syrup king struck again. But I will have to give Bill some credit because when we were in Oklahoma, I think it was Oklahoma, and the barbecue league was doing their video. I think they videoed that first day, didn't they, Bill?
Yeah.
And they videoed Bill and Andrea doing their ribs. And I saw him laying down some kind of syrup on there and some finishing rub. And I said, Lex, this was after the first day because we did okay, but not as good as Bill did. And I said, you know what? We are not putting enough syrup on our damn stuff. So sure enough, day 2, we're laying the syrup on it. And what do we get in ribs, honey? We got
Second place with a 180.
second place with a 180 in ribs. So we owe that to Bill. For
Everybody
sure.
owes a lot of stuff to Bill.
Yeah.
So if anybody ever notices the comments coming from Robert directed at me about syrup, that is generally where it's going to come from. Is he had my pork, it tasted like syrup. He watched Bill put syrup down, and and Robert, you are doing extremely well in pork right now, correct?
Up until no, pork's been hit and miss for us this year. We did well in Honeybee in Lafayette, Georgia, but that was about it. We just started out the year doing okay, and then we had a big downturn. I don't think we were using enough syrup. I think you gave me the advice. I really need to get a 5-gallon bucket of it and just dunk everything in it, and then just maybe splash a little bit of sauce and rub on it and go from there. I haven't learned yet. I haven't quite gone completely to that dark side yet.
So there's a correlation, is what you're saying, is when you use a lot of syrup, you score well. When you don't.
I know.
And hey, who says that you got to use syrup? Nobody says that, Bill. I mean, where did this whole myth about syrup come from?
I don't know where it came from, but it works.
Is
Yeah,
there
it
is there a certain type of syrup that you think is best?
I've actually got about 4 different types of syrup in my trailer that I use for different things in different situations. So, but we got some that's a little spicy, some that's got a little bit of other stuff with it, and then just some regular syrup from Sam's. So, that we use in most things. So,
Yeah, we use Mrs. Butterworth, so you can pick that up at any store.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love it. Schaefer says he doesn't use syrup. Do we believe that,
I don't
Bill?
know if I can believe that. I don't know.
I don't buy that completely.
I don't buy that.
I don't
Oh man.
buy that.
Oh, Bill told me this weekend his finishing dust is the hopes and dreams of all other teams.
That's right. That is so true. I've heard that many times.
How about that?
Oh, what's up, Bradley? How you doing, man? I love watching your TikTok. That's awesome. Yeah, these are my favorite teams too, Bradley. So I was very fortunate enough to know these guys, and they were willing to come on and talk to me. So that's very good. Aaron Richardson says, "Are you finishing with syrup or putting it when you wrap?"
If you're Brian
like
Jarvis,
Brian.
all the above, right?
So I'll answer, since nobody cares about me and nobody wants to know my secrets. I use syrup. I use syrup in my wrap. I use syrup in my finishing dust. My finishing process. I use syrup in my injection. So I tend to use syrup a lot. What about you two? Now let's ask the true champions, because they're the ones that actually matter, and they're the ones that actually are the questions. Lex, how much syrup are y'all using? Or when do you use syrup, if you were to use it? I guess.
La 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 la.
And that's my answer.
No, this is Chewin the BBQ Fat now, Lex. We got it. We got to, have a good time.
Come on, you guys got to give up something here.
Yeah. I mean, we wrap with a little bit. We may finish with a little bit. But
well, I wasn't lying when I said when I tasted yours and you won, and then when I saw Bill's video that we started using it. So we definitely incorporate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it does, I think, add a certain richness. Not so much sweetness, I think. I think it adds some richness to whatever you put it on.
Yeah, I think it just adds to the depth of the flavor of the sauce, I think. That's what I think.
Yeah, so to me, like, I didn't know it tasted like pure sugar until Robert told me that. So to me, it kind of like mellows everything out, but that's just my thought process on it. I'm probably wrong. But Bill, what do you think?
I don't know. It's just another ingredient we use. I mean, it has its purpose. I think it does add richness. It adds sweetness. It just gives another layer of flavor we're putting in there. So, and I mean, we've used it. We use it in a wrap. We've used it for finish. I stretched an injection one time because I needed a little bit more, and I threw a little syrup in there and mixed it up. Won with it that day. So
awesome. I don't know how this became a syrup conversation, but it's been a lot of fun. We got some more questions going on.
You started it that way.
Yeah, it's the only question on your agenda.
This was the agenda question.
Hey, we've spent 8 minutes talking about syrup.
Well,
it's a popular topic.
Robert is counting down the time. He's already told me he has a stopwatch, and I have to be done right on time tonight. Jakey Leg said he tried his best to throw Bill and Andrea off this weekend, but no luck. Fabricator, mechanic, weather liaison, Hayes babysitter, literally nothing throws them off. I mean, y'all are on fire again, right, Bill? Is that what's going on?
We've been doing well. We've been blessed. So things have kind of been coming off our way. So
wow. Well, my wife's just handed me a water.
She's telling you something.
Is there a note attached?
Yeah, shut up. I don't know what's going on here. So Justin Chris, what's up, everybody? Robert, you're friends with him, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
He says you won't share any of his secrets. Is there any truth to that tonight?
It depends.
How many waters you have?
I've already talked about syrup. I think I've overdone my limit already.
Yep, Carrie, we do have two of the hottest teams in barbecue, and we're very excited to have them on. And you're a part of that list too. What's up, Chuckies? I will trade you a loin recipe for that pork recipe. I know you're going to cook the Doc Holiday. Man, I'd love to go down and cook that Doc Holiday. Chuck East, GBA. Speaking of GBA, Robert, Lex, do y'all have any more plans? Is Meat with Feet going to make an appearance again in the GBA world?
We would love to, but with our schedule right now, it's not looking like we can. That Doc Holiday one, that was our first GBA. We loved it. It was great. Yeah. That's
awesome.
Yeah, it's a great contest for sure.
Aaron wants you to help out a rookie out. So y'all got to get on it. Scotty Wild said Wes Garrett is on his third White Claw already. I could see that. Truly, he said Truly's tonight. But anyway, Bill, you've cooked as my neighbor the last two comps in GC. And if you pay my fuel, I'll come park next to you wherever you are at your next comp. That's Wes Garrett. So
it might be worth it.
It might be, right? So, all right. So let's get into the next question on the agenda. Robert, do you want to bring up that next question?
I lost my agenda.
How do y'all choose what content? This is for Jamie. She does our social media. She asked me a question tonight. She's like, I'd love to know this answer. How do those guys how do y'all, top teams, best teams in the country, everybody, how do y'all decide what contest you're going to cook? Because both of y'all have been cooking all over the country this year. So what is the deciding factor of where you go week in, week out?
I think right now fuel prices is going to be a big, or distance because of fuel prices, going to be a big deciding factor. If I've got one that's 100 miles versus one that's 400 miles, I'm going to stay close to home.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the same with us. But I mean, we like to go where we want to go. So there were some teams that told us that we should have been up in what was that, Union City, the double
Yeah.
Obion. Yeah, and we went down to Waynesboro and cooked that one because that one's been on our bucket list for a while. And we finally got in this year, so we're definitely going to go and cook the ones that we want to go to, not necessarily the ones that are going to get us the most points, but we need to be relaxed and happy when we're cooking. So, not that that's always the case.
we get people asking us, "Hey, are you chasing points?" And Lex, of course, says no.
Nope.
And I say sort of. I sort of give the same answer probably that Brad Leininger of Getting Basted is given this year. And he says he's not really chasing points, but he's going to cook the ones he wants to cook or the ones he likes to cook. And I think we're sort of following that same way. We're not going to go out of our way to follow somebody or a team to a certain contest that's like 8 hours away to chase points. I don't see us doing that. Our jobs don't support that. So it's sort of an impossible thing for us. Now, we did make a trip out to Oklahoma earlier in the year to cook under a tent, but there was a couple things happened there. One of the contests we were supposed to cook in Mississippi canceled. So we had a bunch of, I know the train's coming through. So we had the meat thawed out, so we had to use it. And then my grandson lives right there near where we were competing. So that was sort of a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, so both of y'all said you have a bucket list or one that you want to cook, so you're comfortable. What makes something get onto your bucket list?
Well, I think you hear what other people say about the contest. That's probably the main thing. And then you see pictures or something like that online, and that makes you really want to do it. Or you went by chance before, and you enjoyed it so much that you just want to go back. It's a no-brainer.
I got you. Bill, is there anything that makes something on your bucket list? I'm going to put everything out of you tonight, Bill.
There's some contests that I'd like to do that, whether it's cool trophies like the apples in Robert's background there. I've always wanted to do Murphy's those glass apples, right? Because it's a unique thing. So we'll go for that. Other than that, it's just the weekends that we can go. We're going to find one that's close that we want to go to, and that's where we go. I'm not chasing anybody or going to try to, because I got to beat this guy or, block that guy or anything like that. I mean, we're just out cooking because we like to do it and let the chips fall where they may. So,
yeah, it was funny. We were going back and forth on our text thread today, and y'all were talking about preparing for doubles, and some of y'all are doing back-to-back doubles and all this kind of stuff, and that's awesome. And I'm sitting there saying, man, I've cooked I've cooked 2 contests all year. And I'm looking forward to my next one sometime in July. And Robert said he trimmed 3 contests worth of chicken today. So I am so far behind you guys, and I love living vicariously through y'all because it's so awesome to follow you week in and week out. Flash, I am a huge fan of Smoke Me Silly also. So I think we all are trying to follow their success. But Robert and Bill, is there any truth that y'all are not chasing points, but you're chasing the maple syrup sponsorship? That's what Will
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What's up, Charles? How you doing, man? Good to see you. I've seen seen a lot of success coming out of your J Cup and everything that you've been pushing. Congratulations. Love it. Thanks for all you do. Yes, Carrie, unique trophies always seem to be a big thing. Carrie sounds like he was prepping meat today too. Yeah. But anyway, so anybody else have anything else you want to ask these guys? Robert is going to mute Lex anytime that she gives out any information. So he's going to give out all the information tonight.
Yeah.
And it's going to be exciting. So if you have any questions for these 2 superstars, let me know. Who's going to give that's a good question. Robert, Lex, who gives the speech when y'all are inducted into the Hall of Fame?
I'm just the box builder.
You can't be feeding Wes Garrett like this. All right. Every time he makes a comment, doesn't mean you need to say it.
It's another Truly. Every
If
time
it was
every
somebody
time
else that asked that, maybe, but
it's another shot of Truly for Wes. So, he's going to enjoy that. What's up, Tim? Thank you for coming on Rankin County Barbecue. So what do y'all see changing? Because y'all have both been around, I would say the country. I was going to say Southeast, but y'all both been around the country all over. Has anything changed? What's different out there in the barbecue world these days?
I don't know if anything's changed other than maybe team counts are down a little bit and people are waiting until the last minute to sign up. I know we were at the Covington there and I forget they only had maybe 20 teams that I knew of going in, or 19, something like that. We got there and they had almost 30. So that had signed up in the last 3 or 4 days before it. So I think people are waiting more.
Yeah, well, and Wynn, to go along with that, Wynn usually has over 40 teams, and this year they only had just over 30. So, I mean, there's that. And I think another thing that's going on are getting judges to go out and judge for all these contests. I think that's starting to get better, but I think there's been issues in the past. Like the last 2 years have been horrible, but I think it's starting to come back. So,
yeah, it's interesting. That's an interesting concept. Robert, what do you have to say?
yeah, I mean, I think we're definitely seeing certain comps where the number is down, but you always have those favorites that people go to that fill up quick, like Greenwood, South Carolina. It's going to be always going to be full. You still have those certain comps that are sought after, especially down in our area where they're going to fill up quick no matter what. So that's a good thing, I guess.
I have a feeling that the contests that I've cooked this year have all been almost sellouts. So do you think it could have anything to do with people wanting to find out what contest I'm going to and they just want to come see me? Is that why they're selling out? Because I'm going to Greenwood also. And I mean, I swear to you,
if I get
a contest, they're full. I mean, it's ridiculous.
That's what it is.
Yep.
We want to taste your pork. I told you.
Bill comes every time we've cooked next to each other or cooked at the same contest. He'll come by and he looks at my pork, and when I flip it, I'm like, Bill, is this okay? He goes, and he just shakes his head and walks away like, you burn it. And I'm like, and he leaves, and I just look at whoever I'm like, well.
And then he wins, Bill, doesn't he?
Maybe I can do chicken.
He straight up every time.
And then we're all stuck there. How the heck did he do that?
Right. It tastes like maple syrup. How in the world did it win?
I mean, it is amazing.
Barbecue's funny that way.
It is. Oh, it has been funny though. I have a video. I was like, we were in Cumming, and he looked at the pork, and I showed him, and I was like, man, this is what I like it to look like. Him and Paul with Rooters and Tutors said the same thing. They're like, whew, that's awfully dark. I don't know. That scares me. And I was like, and I just sit there like, and then I'm screwed. They get in my head. But yeah, Charles, Greenwood always has a wait list. You got to get on that thing fast. I'm cooking that one. I'm looking forward to it. Robert and Lex, you're going to be there, correct?
We are.
Yep.
Bill, you're not going to Greenwood.
No.
It's a great contest. I'm really looking forward to it. We have a lot of fun at that one.
Well, at least you're closer. We're stuck in the back 40 again. So I think we got like a 9-minute walk or something. So we're way back there.
You mean Lex has it?
I'm not.
Yeah, I have the 9-minute walk.
Sorry,
not you.
Lex has the 9-minute walk.
In the sweltering heat.
Oh, it's hot. Man, it's
yeah,
hot.
that one's always really hot.
But it's fun. It's a great one.
It's a good one.
Man, it's gonna be a good time. So, do y'all have any? And I know Robert and Lex do, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Do y'all have any superstitions or anything that you must do at a barbecue contest?
Yeah. Go ahead, Bill.
I was gonna say not really. I mean, we've got some little mascots. We got a pig and a cow and SRF little bull thing, that we put up on the window. We got to have those up there, but nothing superstitious, I don't think.
Nothing only than that. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think I have so many that we don't even have enough time to cover them all.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
And I tell her, if we win this or us winning this contest depending on what shirt we're wearing or this pig we're rubbing, I mean, we might as well just give up now.
Hey, show the pig. Hamlet's in there with you.
I don't even know where it's
No,
at.
he's the other way. He's in the middle of the table next to Eeyore on the plate.
my
There you
goodness.
go.
We know exactly where we.
I
Everybody
know.
knows
What?
what this is.
Yes,
Why are you grabbing his head like that?
I
He
even
doesn't
have
like
one.
that.
I even have one
Like it's alive.
that we rub. Sarah, we have one also, right?
Yep.
Lex?
Yep.
Sarah. And it is, ever since then, it has brought us luck. So, that there is something to the Alabama barbecue pig.
Yeah.
Wes Garrett is going to give $1,000 to anybody that can steal the mascots out of Bill's trailer.
There you go.
I'll sell them for $1,000.
That's right. That's right.
Not a problem.
Gas money for the next comp.
That's
That's right.
Let's get you halfway there. What about food, dinner choices? Is Carrie said Mexican on Friday night. That seems to be a lot of things that people think about. Is that anything that y'all do?
It's either Mexican or steak. Well, we're doing keto, so I mean, it's got to be one of the two for us. That's the most easily accessible food for us. So
I don't think there's a dinner though that's a superstition for us or anything.
Nah.
We don't follow any of that. Thank
No,
goodness.
we used to kind of think Mexican was good luck, and then there's several of them we haven't, and we've done well at. So I don't know, but that's Mexican's probably our preferred food choice at a comp. Anything but barbecue.
yes.
So Child says kolaches for breakfast, making Scotch eggs, Mexican for dinner on Friday night. That's one thing. That's something that's really cool about barbecue is, if Wolf's Revenge is at a contest, you're going to get the Scotch eggs coming around, and he's got the. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that is so cool because it makes things memorable. It gives you something to look forward to, and I know Lex, y'all do the 11-11 shots, right?
We do.
And it's always the same thing, right? I mean, and that's something that's really cool. I mean, that's something to me that is added from the barbecue teams themselves, which make barbecue competitions unique, all on their own. Where did that come about? Where did your 11-11 shot come from?
Because 707 was too early.
That's too early to drink a full beer.
Well, that's when we got into barbecue in this area. Southport was all about the 707.
Right.
And that was their thing. I'm like, what is this? So that's what they did. They had a beer at 7:07 a.m. And well, that was for us. That was in the middle, ribs a little bit, and plus that was too early for me. I'm a lightweight. But 11:11 was sort of a good time because, and she would probably say the same thing. By that time, we're usually at each other's throats by then, and we need a little stiff drink.
Yeah, that makes sure that nobody limps away from turn-ins, nobody dies during turn-ins. It just mellows us out. It's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
It is a good
Well,
thing.
really, you're doing it for yourselves as much as anything.
Yes. I think it's mostly for ourselves, to tell you the truth.
And you know what I love? They care about me so much. They know that I'm the most scatterbrained person in the world. They will normally save me one and for afterwards because I can never make it there all the time. At 11:14, I come running over like that. I forgot it again. But they're awesome. Ryan Horace wants to know if there's any syrup in your apple pie. Lex.
No
Really?
no syrup in the apple pie. That's communist.
Yeah, that's not changing.
Oh man, 9 a.m. nasty. Yeah, I'm assuming that's your synchros. I like the 707. I pop it. Then when I get back to my trailer, I make a Michelada. I'm sure that's
is that like a Michelob and a Clamato or tomato?
Oh yeah, that's probably what it is.
That's actually not bad. The
Aaron, let us know.
Clamato and beer. I used to drink that.
All right, Meg, you can't just have the 11-11 with our BBQ 6-pack. You got to have more people in there. It is
Yes.
what it is.
We always have 11 shot glasses ready to go.
That's right. Kenneth, there was an agenda. We got into the first question on the agenda, and it was about syrup, and then we've moved on to Robert's questions. I'm in panic over chicken about then and need it. Aren't we all, Carrie? Yes, Lincoln, Lex, that apple pie is very good. Bill, have you ever had the apple pie?
I don't think so.
Oh, man.
What?
I don't think so.
I can't believe that.
I can't believe this just happened here live on
I know.
air. We have just found out that Bill has never had an 11-11 shot with smoking.
I don't believe that.
No, they don't like me that much. They don't invite
Well,
me.
you know what?
Yeah,
I think the only time that you were set up next to us was in Hot Springs.
that's
And the
true.
last thing you needed was an apple pie.
Yes.
I couldn't stand up sober, so
Or maybe that could have been your medicine. I don't know. Might have helped.
maybe. Maybe.
Oh, man, this is awesome.
Well,
Oh,
Franklin,
nice.
in Franklin, you'd come over for 11-11. One of the 2 days or both days.
Okay, we'll do.
Now, is that where y'all are going this weekend? Y'all are headed to Franklin?
Yes.
Okay, is this the double?
This is a double with a one meat on Friday.
First one.
What is it? What'd you say, Bill?
I said it's my first one. We're going up to Belvedere the next week and do another double with the rib burn.
Craziness.
No, thank you.
No, thank
We're out. Bye-bye.
you. I'm out. I would love to be able to do it, but I can't even. Y'all notice I haven't even talked about baseball. Micah is done with baseball. That's why we were able to start early tonight. We started at 8:30. Baseball is over for Micah. Cole still has a couple more weeks. But it is. We're just rock and rolling, and I'm getting close. So we go to Panama City for a beach trip, for a baseball trip, and when we come back, the next week is Greenwood, and I cannot wait. I mean, I cannot wait to get back out and cook barbecue like you guys get to do every weekend. I just hope I remember what we do. So I will be over there next to Robert, being like, "Hey, what did I forget to do now?" And
Put the maple syrup on the pork.
Yes. We'll
I'll be
bring extra
watching
for
him.
you.
thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna need it. Let's see. I'll hold the pork hostage until the 11-11. There you go. I skipped the question about Bill's class since SMS won't do it anymore. Well, there will be a class that Bill's going to be doing. And Robert Lex will be there again too.
Yeah.
So we've got, and then Rooters and Tutors, talk to Paul. So I guess I can go ahead and announce it. Maybe. I don't know. We will be doing a class again in January. We'll have Bill, we'll have Robert and Lex. We're going to have Rooters and Tutors. We will have Jason Singletary with Smoke Central, and we will have more. So just so you all know, I don't want to give out who the more are, but there will be some others that are coming, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So there is no way of signing up for it. Yeah, look at Paul, huh? Yeah, you're already in, Paul. We've discussed this. Thank you.
There you go. Paul's been quiet, huh? Until the house.
Oh, that is awesome. Oh, man. Wait, what? Oh, good, Matt. Looking forward to having you there. Bill, congratulations on the recent GC. Robert Lex, I see you climbing the chart, man. The past 2 weeks, these two guys have gotten GCs, and it is nothing new for them. As you can see, ho-hum, another contest, another win.
Shoot.
Robert got 14th at a contest, worst score he's ever gotten.
I know that's not true.
This year.
Oh, this year. Okay.
Let's clarify that.
I believed it. I mean, it didn't shock me to think that 14th was your worst score, but hey, that's just me.
I've only cooked 2 contests this year, so that's not good.
That's me.
Yeah.
Man. Bill is hosting a class on small truck trailer repairs. So what happened, Bill? There must be some kind of story that happened.
I'm the go-to guy whenever somebody's truck is broke or somebody's trailer has an issue.
Okay.
I've got some mechanical ability and carry enough tools to overhaul a motor, so I end up working on trailers and trucks and whatever.
So you do it all. You do it all.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
There you go. There you go. All right. So Lex, now that you have these on here, I would love for you to ask them a question. I would love for you to take over and you chew the BBQ Fat with them and ask them a question.
Okay, so what don't I care if he answers?
No, ask Bill those questions. Ask Bill the ones that he can like spill the beans on, and then we'll ask Robert I'll ask Robert the tough ones, or we'll let Bill ask that one.
So something that we've been noticing out on the circuit. Okay, so brisket, sauce or not sauce, and what areas do you think sauce? What areas do you not? And if anybody can comment on that, I would greatly appreciate it because I'm out of ideas.
I mean, I sauce brisket lightly. I don't use too much.
Too much what?
Sauce.
But define too much. What's too much?
Well, it's not like dripping with sauce. I don't dunk it, but we brush on just a light on each slice, and then a little au jus, and put the next one down.
Gotcha. Roberto?
Yeah, I think we've had that. We were texting about that earlier. I was asking somebody because I think that's one of the reasons this last weekend we actually got 23rd in brisket with a 163, and that's pretty bad. And I didn't understand why, because I thought it was good brisket. We've been doing well in brisket this year. But we look back at that same contest last year. I'll be darned. We got 23rd last year with a 166. So there is definitely something about that area, I think, as far as I think once you I'm full of crap, but once you sort of get Memphis and West, I think they're looking a little bit, especially there between there and maybe Little Rock, maybe a little bit more sauce on there than we usually do. I think ours is probably more savory than most people's briskets. I mean, we put sauce in the beginning before we and then we'll set the sauce. And when you put something sauce back on the cooker,
That's enough out of you, Roberto. Let's go back to Bill.
But I think ours is pretty savory compared to everybody else. But you see the pictures of people winning in certain areas, like up in Indiana where we're going. And I've seen other people's stuff, and it's definitely, you could tell there's a lot more sauce on it.
And I'm just going to hijack this question because I am dumb and I don't know the answer. So what kind of sauce are we thinking about putting on a brisket? Like when we say sauce, I mean, I'm assuming this is not like dunk it in maple syrup and put some sauce over top of it. This is more of a
Maybe that's where we went wrong.
Yes, we put no syrup on it. Damn it.
What kind of sauce and what are we thinking about sauce? What flavor profile of sauce are we looking for? Is this a sweet sauce? Is this what kind of sauce? Anybody?
I hate to even answer that question.
I think no matter what sauce you put on it, it's going to be sweet.
Okay.
It's going to have some sweetness to it.
Yeah, there's some sauces out there that are less sweet, though, right? So I guess you just got to try to gauge your area. I mean, I still think it's area specific because I think down in the southeast.
I'm with you, Charles. I mean, I have never, Paul and Charles, I have never on my show had two guys just sit there and be like, shut up. Don't ask me that question. Like, that just happened right there. And yes, there was crickets. And you know what? I'm going to ask anyway. I am here for you viewers to get some answers out of these guys because, they are the best of the best. So anyway.
I think with the most important thing with brisket, because if you ask me, I hate sauce on brisket. But I think the most important thing is to make sure that it complements the meat, the flavor in the meat, the rubs you use. It's got to complement it.
Good
answer. Yeah, I think that's exactly right. I mean, whatever you're using for your injections and your seasoning and everything, it's got to go well with it. I mean, we're not just using one straight sauce out of a jar. We're actually blending three. So to get a little bit of a lot of things. So,
All right.
Well, there was a few. I won't name the teams, but there were a few Texas teams last year.
That narrows it down.
We were at a contest, and I wanted to try their brisket, and I was blown away at how sweet they were. I don't think I've ever tasted barbecuers brisket that sweet ever. And one or two of those teams were in the top 10 in brisket, and towards the end of the year in the rankings. So, and they were doing well with it. I think you can do well with both. It just can't be too much, I guess.
I like to hear. All right, Bill. Since Lex asked the hard question that nobody wanted to answer, or maybe I did. I don't know. Do you have any? Your turn to take the mic and ask some questions here. You're next, Robert.
See, what do you guys think of all money muscle box? I seen somebody do that for the first time, it was their first time doing it. Somebody that was next to me, and it just looked kind of neat the way they almost scaled it in there and shaped them. And they got a good call. I can't remember what place they got, but they got a good call.
I think it definitely does well. I mean, I can't remember what team it was, but in Lafayette, I think the team behind us. In fact, I think he posted it on Facebook. So, was it Sweet Dixie? Is that his name?
Derek. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just put Money Muscle in the box,
Mm-hmm.
and he came in second with a 177.
So Derek, and I'm sorry, buddy, I'm going to talk about it anyway. My friend, he will sit there and tell you that he's a one-man guy, right? He cooks by himself, and he found it easier to process just money muscles than to go through the whole looking for bacon or pulling tubes or whatever. So for him, being a one-man show, it was easier for him process-wise. And when he turned in just money muscle, because he saw that going on, he scored well with it. But I'm with you. I think it's interesting.
Speaking of the devil.
Hey, yeah. I don't know, Derek. I don't know what happened. Hey, buddy.
Well, let me rephrase my question a little bit. Do you think judges will get tired of just money muscle boxes? Because I think there's a lot of doing right now.
Well, I don't know if they're judging correctly the way they should be. They shouldn't be judging what's not in the box. They should be judging what's in the box. That's what they're supposed to do. And I know with some of the boxes that we've had, I mean, sometimes our pork, I don't know if it's our probes that we had in the pork, but they worked fine the weekend before and the weekend after. But sometimes they'll just get overdone, and we don't have anything but money muscle. We barely have enough pieces to put in the box, but we'll do really well. So we know those judges are judging, what's in the box and not what's not in the box. Because I know that there are times where you'll get 8s and you'll have one type of product in there. Like you'll just have money muscle. So they'll give you an 8 because you don't have pulled, you don't have chunked, you don't have, and they shouldn't be doing that. Because I know that we noticed that it was a long time ago. I think it was the second or third year we were doing this. We were keeping track of what boxes we were turning not money muscle, burn ends in for brisket.
Mm-hmm.
And when we didn't turn in burn ends, our score went down.
Well, that's what I was going to relate it to. It's kind of the question: does burn ends not in the box hurt you?
Right.
Which I don't even cook burn ends anymore. But
yeah, and going to the pork though, I mean, you just sort of went there, Bill. They shouldn't treat it any different than they would a brisket box, right? If there aren't any burn ends in a brisket box, they're not going to mark you down. And I think Paul just said it too. They should be judging the same way they do brisket, pork. They should be judging the same way. You only turned in money muscle, and like I said, Derek, he turned in like 8 slices of money muscle, 2 rows of 4, and that was it. But it was a beautiful box.
Yeah.
So,
well, I was just getting your opinion. I agree with you. They should just judge what's in the box. And we've done it a couple times. When we didn't have bacon was over and tubes weren't good, and it's what we had. We put it in there, and done fine with it. But So
I have noticed I don't cook very often, and I'm not out there like y'all are, but I am very involved in barbecue, and I see pictures all the time, right? So I see pictures all the time on Facebook and everything else, and I agree with somebody. Somebody said it on here.
At least one person in this world,
Yeah,
right?
Edward. Yeah, exactly. And you're starting to see more and more of just the money muscle boxes, and it hasn't affected the scores. It might seem to have made some other people score higher. I don't know one way or the other on that, but you're starting to see that. But I've also noticed, in just talking to people, that more and more people are starting to go back and cook burn ends again, where they used to not cook burn ends. And I think is so. My question would be, just in line with Bill's, and I'll ask y'all, do you think it is better, not better, do you think it is helpful to give two options if you have really good food, or just go with the one bite? I mean, what do you think on that? Because I have noticed that there's more and more burn ends being turned in than just straight slices on brisket.
I think that's a double-edged sword. I mean, are you talking about pork or brisket? Because those are two totally different things, and I would give two totally different answers for.
Well, I'm trying to correlate it because right now you're seeing the whole everything is going to, just like you saw everything going from, like you had if we don't turn in our burn ends, our scores go down.
Yeah.
But now I think you can see that slices are winning all the time, just slices, or they were. And now I think you're seeing more and more people come in and putting burn ends back in the box where they weren't putting in there before. So now you're seeing everybody going with just the pork medallions, the money. Do you think it'll get back? I mean, will this be a couple year trend where people are just going to monies and all of a sudden be like, hey, let's throw in some bacon, let's throw in a tube or something to be different, to stand out?
Well, I don't think the money muscle only medallions or the money muscle only in the box was never done before. I think money muscle only in the box has been done for a while by certain teams.
Yeah.
Whether they were chunked or sliced or however they were put in there, I think they've been done for a while. Now, just putting slices of the money muscle box, I like that. I think it looks really cool. You can make it look like scales if you want. That's just me though. But with the burn ends, I mean, like for us, we will cook a point, but even if it's good, we sit there and we ask each other, you know, are the slices good enough to stand on their own? If the answer is yes, we will not put those in the box because we've had too many times to where we have rendered that fat to where it melts in your mouth. And we've had a lot of judges come by. Oh, I want to try a burn end. They'll try it. Oh, it's mushy. And we'll get that on comment cards when we turn them in. So we're still gun shy of turning them in. However, we have turned them in this year. And I think only one time we got that mushy comment card. Do you agree, Robert?
Yeah, we did well in brisket for that one, but it was only the one judge, or judge number 6, who did score us not so well. Luckily, there were only one, but they did give us a comment card saying it was mushy. And that's a problem because certain judges don't understand that meat is the fattiest part of that brisket. And it's a shame. Over the years, back in the day, we used to turn in burn ends 99.9% of the time. Several years ago, and we got to a point where I hate to say it's a certain type of judge, but there are just some people that can't handle the fat in meat. They want a lean product.
Yep.
Yeah. Just curious, are either one of you two Aaron's mentor? Aaron, who is your mentor? Just curious.
But his mentor's right. I mean, you only put your best stuff in the box. If it's not good, don't put it in there.
Oh, definitely.
Sure. 100%. Yes. I just didn't know if it was one of you two. Carrie. Okay, good. Yeah, Carrie, very much. He's
Paul, Carrie.
Carrie is a mentor. He's awesome. He's a great guy. He's helping a lot of people. Appreciate him. Another great friend of mine. Get those commented a lot for burn ends, mushy or fatty. Yeah, and I don't know. I think that's a great question you're asking, Bill. I know what you're trying to say, and it's a good question. It's something that I've been wondering all along and I know I'm with y'all, like, right? Only judge what's in the box. And And I'm hoping at what Charles has got going. Oh, look at there, he just posted. What Charles has got going on with his J Cup. I'm hoping that all this this education, whatever, is getting in there. Just judge what's in there. Don't have any expectations. All right, let's see what he said. Rendered brisket fat is polarizing. Some love it, some do not. It's about mouthfeel, and Wagyu points are loaded with fat that renders still turn some judges off. Yeah, I think Robert, we've talked about that a lot back in the original Chewin the BBQ Fat days. Back in one of the first episodes we ever had at Chewin the BBQ Fat was about burn ends, if you remember that, Robert. And it was like, what is a good burn end? And I think that was one of the back in the day when a lot of burn ends went away because we didn't know what judges were looking for. And you talk to 5 or 6 judges and they have different answers.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. And I just wanted to answer. Tom Tilly asked if there's a dilemma with turning in slices of Wagyu and prime burnt ends. I don't see there being I mean, you guys can answer too, but I don't see there being a problem with it as long as they taste similar and they have the same flavor profile. If those burnt ends are good, turn them in.
Yeah, I think we know some people that do that, though, or they did over the years, but I think a lot of people are choosing not to do the point now. I mean,
I don't, but I think that's a funny question. Not a funny question. I think that's a interesting question. Cooking an Snake River Farms Gold or an A9 flat, and then turning around and buying a prime brisket for the point. I'm assuming that's what he's talking about, right? Is there a dilemma?
Yep.
No, there's no dilemma. That's just when everybody's talking about the money aspect of it, you're just costing yourself more money there. But it seems like we do that all the time.
We've talked about I'd like to be able to do that, but I'm not going to go buy another brisket and trim another brisket just to get the point.
Right.
Right. If you have a butcher friend, go for it. Yeah. Someone who cut out that point for you, I would do it.
I mean, I've seen just the flats, right? Like you can buy just a flat, but I've never seen the point of it. I mean, I've never seen the point available only.
Well, they have to be somewhere.
You get just the point. I know you can. The restaurant guys get them to do burn ends and that. So I know you can get them.
All right. So we got, oh man, the questions are coming in for the experts. Robert's starting to yawn over there. Legs and thighs and chicken.
Thighs.
All right. Legs. Okay. Here's a good question I'd like to know. Can a prime win first these days? Anyone know of a team who's done it recently consistently?
I think they can. I mean, we've seen them win, but I don't know anybody who cooks a prime right now. We've seen them win before, and it's any day is anybody's game. So, it just depends on how you cook it. And go ahead, who's talking?
A very well cooked prime will beat an average cooked Wagyu any day. So if you're really, really good at doing it, I don't see why you couldn't win with it.
Yeah.
So what about a really good cook?
More forgiving, but
the only problem there is you've got to be really, really good at cooking it every single time.
Right.
If you start with a great piece of brisket, like a Wagyu that has plenty of fat in it, your chances have just increased, right? You can mess up a little bit and still do well with it. I mean, that's why we cook that grade of meat.
All right. So my question would be, if you cook a really, really, really good prime that's going to beat an average cooked Wagyu, if you cooked a really, really good, if you cooked the Wagyu really, really good, what's going to win?
I'd say the Wagyu, but it depends on the judge.
Yeah.
But I would say majority of the time the Wagyu would win.
There you go.
We used to cook back in the day when we used to cook both. We used to cook a Creekstone prime, and we used to cook a Wagyu side by side for a while when we weren't comfortable with the Wagyu yet. And you know what? Test both, cooking the same recipe. We always went with the Wagyu, always.
Yep.
So when we first started switching to Wagyu, we did the same thing. We'd cook 2 briskets for a couple of times just to see which turned out better, because I knew I could cook primes. and then we were cooking some Wagyus, and 9 times out of 10 we were going with the Wagyu.
Yeah.
You know,
And same thing, and this is not a plug for our sponsor or anything. And I know Bill cooks the same kind of ribs we do, but we cook compart ribs. And it was in Oklahoma that I brought some other brands of ribs. No, actually, it was the Royal I did it. And I didn't tell Lex which one was which. And they were both pretty marbled. And so I cooked 2 Allegiance and 2 compart both days. And I didn't tell her which one was which. And I let her pick like she always does. And both days she picked the comparts to go in the
I'm
pot.
so loyal. I love that fat.
Yeah. And she
That
didn't
fat
even know.
flavor is
I mean,
great.
they both had good marbling, but the
Mhm.
comparts have a certain flavor to them. So
It's the fat.
yeah.
I think that fat is just sweeter on the compart pork.
I love compart pork. All right, so texture wins in Wagyu, according to Ryan Horse. Blah, blah, blah. Derek Johnson says he can't get the consistency down on the primes. Matt Osman says the price kills him. All right, that's why she like. Yeah, Paul, that's why she likes us. She likes the fat. Robert doesn't have any fat anymore. He's down to nothing. All right, so y'all seen Robert at a contest these days? I mean, he is like he's skinny as can be. All right, so would it be safe to say that if you're showing up with a prime, knowing teams are cooking Wagyu, the prime team doesn't have a chance? I'm not going to go that far.
No, we didn't. None of us said that.
No.
Nope, that's not safe to say at all. That is, we're not going to say that's safe. You can cook a prime and score well. Just cook it. You got to cook it good. Right?
Exactly.
Y'all are the experts. Okay, good.
I completely agree with what Childs just said. You know, that Wagyu is more forgiving, but you can win with both. You know, it just you got to nail the prime perfectly, where the Wagyu, you got a little bit more room to play.
So, yep.
Exactly. Especially as guys running and gals running for points. We want to cook the best we can every time. And cooking a Wagyu gets us in that ballpark more often than a prime would.
Yep.
I thought you were chasing points.
No, I'm if you were chasing points.
For those guys and gals that
yes,
were
for those. He's not talking about me at
For
all.
those of us.
He did
You're
say
chasing
that.
points like Brad is chasing points.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I'm chasing points too. I don't know what I'm chasing. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Lex. We got the light on there now, so now we can see you again. It's very good. All right, Robert, your turn. You're the only person that I gave a little bit of time.
That's tough. Yeah.
While you're thinking,
I'm usually asking the questions, not or answering them, whatever.
No. You used to be the star of this show, and then you quit.
Yeah.
That's when he put together an agenda.
Yeah. I guess my question is, what is everybody doing? And everybody that's on as well, what are you doing given some of the issues we're having with supply of products, supply of meat? I mean, I know we're experiencing it on the brisket front because we cook A9s and we can't get any A9s right now. So how is that impacting your cook, if it is at all right now?
Well, it may really impact me in Franklin, since I went to get chicken today and there was none on the shelf.
Oh, wow.
So I got to figure that out yet. But up until today, I haven't had any trouble.
You can call Bill. You can call Carrie. You can call who else? I'm thinking of some names that have saved people in the past couple of weeks on the barbecue trail. Just great people out there.
Yeah. I envision Carrie Chastain as this big walk-in freezer, like in a restaurant, and all you see is
briskets, like
briskets lining the walls,
and already pre-trimmed and ready to go.
Pre-trimmed and ready to go.
Yeah, just like which one do I want this week? You know, I've got the best of the best out there. I'm ready. He just walks out in there and just pulls it out, throws it in the trailer. Let's go roll. But maybe not. Yeah. I'll answer that. I don't know because I don't cook. I called Andy Lugo and he sent me some meat the other day. He's been awesome for me. Um, hold your horses butcher shop. Yep. Um,
Yes.
also, not to derail, is the Great Americana in Franklin, Tennessee running this year?
No, it's not.
It's not.
Not gonna happen.
Not going to happen. Bill traded a combine in for a stock walk. Oh, that's awesome. Somebody. I did want to mention it, and I'd already missed it. Robert Aaron said, "Thank you for including the gals. I'm the only female pitmaster team in the Rocky Mountain Barbecue Association." That's awesome, and you're a rookie, and way to go. So excited to see you come in and be a part of this awesome sport that we get to do. Lex, you could. I mean, it's great. It's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It is. It is. I've actually cooked by myself too. So, well, not by myself. I did his job and taught someone my job down in Pensacola one year.
It's awesome. We used to have ladies' nights on here on Chewin the BBQ Fat. That could be something that we have to bring back, huh, Lex?
Maybe.
Ellen is like, she's running away as soon as I say that.
She's like, oh no.
Shut up. Don't say that. But anyway, no, that I think there's been so much going on in barbecue here lately. And I think there's a lot of good going on in barbecue, and I think there's also some down things, just like everything else. But barbecue as a whole, from what I've seen, is it seems to be coming back because I see it with the store. We're getting a lot of orders and things are good. Hey, Shannon, good to see you. She cooks by herself also. Well, that's pretty cool. I would love to hear the story of how you got into barbecue. That'd be pretty awesome. But
that sounds like a good ladies' night.
That sounds like a good ladies' night. Let's do it. Lex, will you be the host? Because I might be. Ellen might shoot me if I go in there and tell her that she's going to be doing.
Well, breach it slowly and cautiously. Make sure you have plenty of room to run away.
That's right. Yeah, I will. I'll let her know. I'll let her know the good news. But tonight I was talking to Robert and Bill and Legs on the way before everything came on, and we had a planning committee party tonight for the Atlanta Barbecue Store Classic coming up. Super excited about it. We got the website in, and we're just having to make some tweaks to it. So within a week or so, we will be able to have the website up. You can go ahead and sign up for it. If you go to the Atlanta Barbecue Store, look under the Classic tab. It works, Robert. And sign up for the contest. We're already halfway. Hey, Andrea, how you doing? Oh,
Hi, guys.
There she is.
How you doing?
I'm well. How are you all?
Oh, very good. Very good. Bill has been his normal outgoing self tonight, and he's given us a lot of nuggets.
I've been watching.
Making sure yeah.
Much.
There's been a
come on tonight. Just shut up.
The door goes.
So, Andre, would you like to? So, if I can I get you two on to do the ladies' night? If I can get Ellen to come on board, sounds good. It's a plan. It just happened.
Yes to me.
It sounds like a yes to me. And maybe we can get with Lynn on too, Rooters and Tutors.
Yeah,
maybe?
you can.
Okay, all right. Ellen, coming on. So she's good with it.
I told you
that she just got done prepping for the next 4 contests. Andrea did. That's what she just got finished.
Yeah. What were you trimming up as we were discussing here tonight?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't trim. No trimming.
Right, so I just got everybody else has had their opportunity to ask questions, and I know you're very involved in the process with the barbecue contest, and y'all are traveling. Is there anything you would like to ask Robert, Lex, or Bill about barbecue?
Brian.
And Bill and Brian.
Nobody asked me anything, so it's okay.
No, I really can't think of anything. Sorry, guys. I'm pretty boring.
No, you're not.
That's unacceptable.
Look, that's Brian putting the pressure on because he doesn't have an agenda.
He's
What's happening. Let's
He did
call
it to
like
all of
is.
us. Yeah, he did it to all of us.
I
I
was
had an
watching.
agenda. I had an agenda, but I wasn't going to ask any of those questions on the agenda.
It's probably best.
The imaginary agenda showing up again.
There, go back and read your text message. We
All
had it on there.
I missed it.
She is the mixing queen. She's also the dessert queen. What is your favorite thing to do at a contest?
Mine?
Yeah.
Win.
She does that well.
You do that. You do that well. You do that often.
No, really, it's about the people. It's about seeing everybody. I know that when we were down in Hot Springs and Bill wasn't feeling very well and we couldn't get out there and talk to everybody like we usually do. It was hard, I thought, because it's more about our barbecue family than it is about anything else. We've made some awesome friends. So
That's great. That's good. Yep. Well, Robert, I know it's past your bedtime. I know we started at your bedtime. I do appreciate y'all coming on tonight and talking and giving us a good conversation here on Chewin the BBQ Fat. It's been a lot of fun. And I would love to get Ellen to come in here, but she won't. So,
come on, Ellen.
no, Ellen, you're being summoned. So anyway, she's not going to come. Honey. But anyway. Thanks. I'm trying. I don't know what to do. I
You can't catch a break, can you?
Dude, she just walked by too. That's the bad thing. So where are y'all going next? Where y'all are going to Franklin to cooking the double, but what's the rest of y'all's non-chasing points schedule look like? Robert and Lex.
Colorado.
Going to Belvedere, Illinois for a double. Then we're off a weekend. We got Marshall, Illinois, Eureka, Illinois, then a double out in Dodge City, Kansas, Alamosa, Colorado.
Which will be that'll be new for us.
That'll be new. Yeah, we're actually taking a vacation, and just happens to be a barbecue contest along the way.
Right, that's the best vacations, Bill.
Well, I'm talking
So
about
I heard.
So this isn't the first time that you've done that, is it, Bill?
No.
All of our vacations revolve around barbecues anymore.
Yeah.
I feel your pain. I
Would
feel
y'all
your
have it
pain.
the other way?
But this one, actually, we had the vacation planned to go with my brother and my dad and families. And there just happened to be a barbecue contest that I noticed that was 20 miles away or whatever on the way home. So.
Now, is this one that you're going to the side-by-sides, or do you already do that?
Yeah. No, that's.
Okay.
We're going out there riding the mountains. So.
That's awesome.
Hey, I'd like to plug Marshall, Illinois. We're not going to it because it's the same weekend as Greenwood. But if you couldn't get into Greenwood, South Carolina, head over to Marshall. Are they still having it, Bill, or no?
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay, I know they were struggling for teams a little bit, but it's at a winery. Lex and I drove up that way a couple of years ago. Probably it was pre-COVID, I think, and we had a great time. It's a great venue. You're at a vineyard, so you can partake in some of those adult beverages. But
yeah, it was really nice to just turn in brisket, walk into the winery, and walk out with a pitcher of sangria. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Now, where is this?
Marshall, Illinois.
Who's cooking that one?
Bill.
Bill
Have
is.
you not been paying attention?
I'm trying to get Ellen in.
Ellen, where's Ellen?
I'm trying to get her, and she's ignoring me. Yes. Here she is. Here she is, everybody. Here she
All
is.
right.
Yay.
Yeah. We got Lex on, and we got Andrew. Come on, babe.
Are we live?
Did you hear her? I am not.
Uh-uh.
You have a ladies' night planned for you while you've been gone. So y'all see what I deal with the Chewin the BBQ Fat. She will not come on. I've tried. I'm really trying.
It's too late at night.
So
I agree.
Oh Lord,
I need my beauty sleep.
she does not.
Mhm.
Y'all, everybody. She's telling me it's time to go. Thank y'all all so much for a wonderful night. Hope y'all learned some things. I tried my hardest to get it out. Tom Tilley, we will do the barbecue tip short vids.
What?
The short videos that we did with the barbecue tips.
Oh.
Yeah, that was back in the early days of us. That will do it. But anyway, y'all have a wonderful night. See you next week on Chewin the BBQ Fat, and bring some more questions because we will have another wonderful show. I promise you. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.